Hey everybody, welcome to the Real United States. We are here in Point of Rocks, Maryland. Now, Point of Rocks is a little tiny community, about an hour and a quarter drive up to the northwest of Washington, D.C., right along the Potomac River. It's a beautiful little community, very, very nice, relatively modern homes here now. Although this has been here, the town has been here since before the American Civil War in the 1860s. And in fact, this place played a very active role, I don't know about a significant role, but a very active role in this American Civil War. Of course, again, we're right, like I said, just on the other side of the tree line here is the Potomac River, the border between Maryland and Virginia. Virginia, of course, is a southern state, so we're right on the border between the Union and the Confederacy, so there would have been a lot of activity. There were a lot of raids here, say minor skirmishes, but ongoing throughout the Civil War. Now, the reason we came to Point of Rocks actually was to film this beautiful little Gothic Revival rail station that's here at the intersection of two rail lines right near the Potomac. And it is a 2.5-story, like I said, Gothic Revival, built in 1873. So just after the Civil War, all brick structure. And I'm going to show you a little bit of that from the air right now. Now, Point of Rocks was a passage, again, because of the fact that the hills come down to this valley where the Potomac runs through. And so there was a contested issue back during the middle of the 19th century between the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal Company, which ran the canal that runs along the Potomac, and the Baltimore and Ohio, or B&O, Railroad Company. And it turned into a legal dispute and back and forth until they finally, the two companies came to a compromise and both decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and we're going to share this right away so that we have the towpath for the canal right alongside of the rail bed for the railroads. And so they finally allowed both companies to operate. And of course now the canal is little more than a historic interest. They don't do anything in towing cargo or anything like that. It's just there's some tourism there, but they don't use the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal for commerce anymore. The railroad, however, still runs through here. CSX freight line runs through here. We just saw a train just a little bit ago. Now also the MARC Train, and I'm not sure what that acronym stands for, but it's the local Maryland rail system. A lot of commuters use the MARC Train to run into and out of Baltimore, Maryland, and also between Baltimore, Maryland and Washington, D.C. So that is there's a stop here for that. So that makes this an important transportation hub for commuters, and there's a large parking lot here for people from the surrounding area who want to actually live out in this part of the world but don't want to commute by car because of very heavy traffic in this area. So they use the MARC Train from this stop to get into Washington, D.C. or Baltimore to work, where there's a lot more employment. This town only has just slightly over 1,400 people here. Very small community. It's what we might refer to as a bedroom community, and in this case a bedroom community to Washington, D.C. So people who live here work in the cities. But it is a very quiet town. There is virtually very little traffic here. So it makes it a very peaceful place for those people who are willing to spend the extra hour and a quarter, hour and a half a day in the morning and in the evening commuting to get away from the hubbub of the city. And so even Bev and I went, hey, this would be a nice place to live, but I don't know if I'd really want to spend that much more time on the road like I did when I was a younger fellow. Beautiful little community, absolutely gorgeous Gothic train station, one of the nicest that we've seen in this area, in the Maryland, Virginia area. So we wanted to share that with you. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you've got questions or comments, please put them in the comments section below. We love hearing from all of you. I try to get back to everybody I can. If you haven't already, please pick subscribe, come along for the adventure. We love having everybody with us. And as always, thank you for watching.